And now for a special feature, Economy Minister Nir Barkat and ILTV Editor-in-Chief Maayan Hoffman sat down yesterday for an exclusive and wide-ranging interview. The full interview can be found on our YouTube page. Just scan the QR code on the corner of the screen that will appear during the feature. And now, over to Maayan. Let's give a listen.
Welcome to this special edition of ILTV News. I'm Maayan Hoffman, Editor-in-Chief, and today we're going to be doing an interview with Economy Minister Nir Barkat. Come along and let's hear what he has to say. So, Minister Barkat, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thank you.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is scheduled to speak in Congress later this month. What are the administration's main goals for this address, and how do you respond to the criticism that this might become an overly partisan visit where only Republicans are sitting in the room?
Well, first of all, it's a good opportunity to thank the President of the United States and the U.S. government and the U.S. people for the strong support of Israel and the challenges we have. I think that we must realize that Israel should not be involved in internal American affairs, and the U.S. should not be involved in Israeli internal affairs. It's for the health of the relationship.
But Minister Barkat, are we winning this war? I mean, I know that we've had some tactical wins, and you're talking about 15,000 terrorists down. The original goals of the war were to demolish Hamas, that they should no longer exist. We've sort of pulled back from that goal. The hostages are still not home, that we'll talk about the potential deal on the table. Is this a war that Israel effectively is victorious, going to be victorious in?
Let me put it in a different way. We have no choice. The jihadists of Hamas, and by the way, they're not the only ones in our region, headed the proxies in Hezbollah and other places like the Houthis in Yemen and in Syria. There's many terrorist groups, all funded by Qatar and Iran. Okay, their goal is that October 7th is just the first incident. They claim their charter is to do it again and again and again. So us entering Gaza and eliminating Hamas off the face of the earth is not just because what happened on October 7th. It's to eliminate the next one. The Israeli army has no choice but to enter Gaza, dismantle the terror infrastructure. One more important, very important point. What Hamas did when Israel left Gaza 18 years ago, they significantly funded everything to prepare for the next war. There's huge fingerprints of Iran in Hamas and what they've done, okay? And they're focusing on how to kill Israelis. Iran is not only threatening Israel. Iran is also threatening the Saudis and the Emiratis and peace-seeking moderate Arab states, Sunni moderate Arab states. The goal has to be to create an alliance, NATO equivalent, if you'd like, focusing on the threat of Iran. The countries are threatened by Iran. Strategically, Iran must understand that they're not going to get away with it. They're using their proxy strategies, their nuclear strategy. They want to create a nuclear bomb in order to use it. They've said so. I believe them. And we must collaborate together with our friends around the world to make sure Iran does not get their way.
Why haven't we gotten them home yet then? I mean, 9 months into this war, as you said, terrible conditions. The IDF and the government has come out and said probably at least close to half of them are already dead. Why didn't we go in a week later and get them? Why have we not pushed harder? Why didn't we stop the war to get them back?
We're talking about psychopaths that have come into Israel, created the worst atrocities that we've ever seen since the Holocaust. Raped, killed, took people to it's totally crazy what they've done. And negotiating with psychopaths that don't give any value to life. They don't treat the hostages like we see them, as people, as friends, as family. They see them as, I don't know, elements to negotiate with Israel and get what they want. And so dealing with psychopaths is very challenging in this world. And that's where we must put all the pressure on the psychopaths, not on Israel as a democracy that wants to get our people back.
Hopefully, at some point, we will have them home. We will have this war end in some capacity, hopefully victorious.
We have no choice.
We have no choice, as you said. So what does it look like in Gaza the day after?
The Gazan people, like the Palestinians in Judea and Samaria, have to decide, do they want to look like Gaza or Dubai? The people in Gaza have to decide, do they want to continue creating tunnels and preparing for the next jihad, Or do they want to collaborate and live side by side to Israel? As long as they don't recognize Israel, any penny given to them, they will build more tunnels to kill us. Therefore, they must not get any capabilities to redo what they've done in the last 18 years. If they recognize the state of Israel and they want to collaborate and have peace with us, we'll find a way to live side by side in a way that eventually could enable them to focus on their economy. But it's not going to happen with Hamas. The Palestinian Authority also has to decide. Do they want to peacefully live with Israel, or do they want to, as I say, a two-state for the benefit of eliminating Israel off the map?
Palestinian workers, we haven't been letting them into the country. That's still effectively in place, if I understand correctly. So what's happening with our construction industry, real estate, as a result of this?
I'm a big believer in foreign employees, mainly from peaceful countries. We had a shortage of 70,000 foreign employees before October 7th. And just lately, the government approved bringing 130,000 foreign employees, out of which 60,000 already arrived. We mainly are changing and we shifted the way we work from G to G, from government to government, to B to B, business to business.
Our economy, nonetheless, as you mentioned, is struggling. We have gone through 9 months of this. We've invested a huge amount in running this war, necessary, but nonetheless investments. It was just yesterday, there was a report on we're reducing expenditures to education, to health. I mean, how much longer can we go, and what is going to be the long-term impact on our economy from all of this?
I'm very optimistic as to Israel's economy. I know that throughout the wars, there's always a dip. Naturally, you have reservists go to war, and there's the cost of the war. But after every round of violence in our region, there's a huge spike.
Well, Minister Barkat, thank you so much for answering all these questions.